Hello, welcome all. We'll start the first session of Aifer Final Lab. Okay, we'll be having the Aifer Final Lab session 1 today. I hope you know what Aifer Final Lab is all about. In Aifer Final Lab, in the upcoming few days, we'll be discussing some of the important topics of UGC NET Paper 1. We'll be discussing some of the important topic, and specifically, I will be discussing some previous year questions and important questions from those topic. As we all know, the next UGC NET exam, okay, is expected to take place between September 20 to September 30. That's we have around 17 days, okay, 16 to 17 days we have before the exam. So it's very important in the last 2 weeks, okay, it's very important in the last 2 weeks you study as much as topics as possible for you, as much as questions that you can revise, or that you can try to make sure you know the answers. So as a part of final lab, what I will be doing, what Aifer will be doing in the upcoming days is that we'll be discussing different important topics from paper 1, and most importantly we'll be discussing some previous year questions. While discussing the previous year question, we'll be discussing the options and how you have to approach towards attending previous questions too. Okay, so let's go to the sessions. Okay, let's go to the session. Today we'll be having an introductory session. Okay, we'll be having an introductory session. As a part of this, okay, as a part of this, I will be discussing, okay, yeah, as a part of this, I will be discussing 3 things. Basically, I will be discussing 3 things today. I will be discussing a preparation aspect. I will be analyzing of the paper 1 syllabus. Okay, it's not just merely reading the syllabus. Instead, I will try to concentrate on those topics, or I will try to discuss, point out those topics in which you have to focus more. So especially in the last few days of exam, because many of our friends ask what areas, or which are the areas that has to be a focus, that has to be given more concentration in the last few days. Okay, so last few days, the preparation for a competitive examination, especially UGC NET, varies if you're preparing for 6 months, or if you're preparing for 3 months, or if you're preparing for the, or if you are in the last 2 weeks of the exam. The major difference is that if you have 3 months, 4 months, or more than that to study, I will say that you have to complete all paper 1 syllabus topics, 120 plus topics you have completed. There is no excuse, there is no important topic, there is no topics in which more number of questions. There is no need of giving such priority. Definitely there is topics in which you can get more questions, but instead I will say, what you have to say, if you have 3 or 4 months, okay, if you have 3 or 4 months, what you have to do, you have to complete, you have to study the whole syllabus, because you have enough time. But it will become different if you asking me what you have to do in the last 2 weeks, because it's all about priority. There is no time for us to study the complete paper 1 topics. There is no time for us to study so as to try to attend complete previous year question for the past few months, or past few exams, past few years. So what you have to do, you have to focus on those topics, you have to focus on those areas in which there is a chance of more questions. Especially how you can know which are the areas in which normally more questions are being asked. It's simply that can be concluded by going through the maximum number of previous year questions. So make sure, if you are in the last 2 weeks of an exam, or if you are in the last few days of exam, you are preparing it very seriously and very strategically, in such a way that you cover those topics in which you have a greater chance of scoring marks. Okay, so while in this session, while discussing the syllabus analysis, I will be just briefly discussing the 10 topics we have for our UGC NET paper 1. Okay, while discussing those topics, I will point out some of the important areas. Okay, I will point out some of the important areas in which you have to give more priority, which are the areas you have to give more priority while doing the questions. Okay, so and as I have already told you, previous questions is very important. Previous question is very important. I hope you are doing the previous year questions. Have you got the previous year question, or are you doing the previous question? Can anybody reply in the chat box? Have you completed doing the previous year question, or do you have the previous year question, all the complete UGC NET paper 1 previous year question with you? Okay, just give me a response in the chat box. Okay, do you have it? Have you got it, or are you going through it? Are you in the revision phase of the preparation? Okay, somebody, I know somebody is in the revision phase of preparation. Somebody definitely will be have got the PDF, got the books of previous year question, but just started reading. Somebody has completed reading, somebody is yet to read. What about you? Okay, what about you? So okay, I will say it's very important you do maximum number of previous year questions also, and I will show you a way to get the previous year question. You can easily get it from Aifer website. Okay, if you go to Aifer website, if you can easily download previous year question. Okay, you can easily download previous year question from Aifer website. Okay, you can easily download previous year question from Aifer website. Okay, I will just show you how to do if you need. Okay, new share. Yeah, so if you click www.aifer.in, you enter Aifer website. I hope you know regarding Aifer. Aifer is an online education platform providing coaching for different higher education exams like UGC NET, JRF, then CUET UG, CUET PG, etc. For the past few exams, we have one of the best results in India with regards to UGC NET. So under these free courses, okay, under these free courses in the homepage of Aifer, you will get a point Aifer ebooks. Okay, if you click on Aifer ebooks, you will get UGC NET paper 1 previous year questions, okay, and different things you will get. Okay, different books you will get. You can just register and you can download whatever books you want. Okay, you can download whatever books you want. So that's the way how you can get previous year question. Okay, that's the way how you can get previous year question. I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear. So moving to the next aspect. Okay, moving to the next aspect. That's I will be basically, as I already told you, I will be basically discussing paper 1 syllabus, and I will tell you which are the areas you have to focus with regards to paper 1 syllabus. Okay, which are the areas you have to focus with regards to paper 1 syllabus in this phase. Remember, what I'm telling now is important when you are in the last few days of the exam. If you are hearing this video after many months and you have 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months for examination preparation, I will say you have to complete the whole topic. So I'm not wasting much time, directly moving to the syllabus. So basically, I will be discussing only 2 things: the syllabus and the importance of previous year question. Okay, before going to syllabus detail, syllabus discussion, let me tell you something regarding the previous year question. As we know, okay, knowing syllabus is very important for the exam, and the importance of previous questions, especially in exam like UGC NTA. I have already showed you from where you can get UGC NET previous year questions of paper 1 as well as different subjects with answer keys, and if I provide, it's completely free. Okay, if I provide, it's completely free. If I provide it completely free, so we have the previous question. So the importance of previous year questions is that previous questions definitely help you to predict the pattern. Okay, because we have a syllabus. In paper 1, we have around 120 plus topic. In paper 2, we have 200 plus 300 plus topics. It varies from a subject to subject. Okay, we can say a particular number. So this, if you go through the previous year question, it gives you a general idea regarding which are the areas from which normally we can expect questions, and which are the areas in which you have to give more focus. Okay, which are the areas in which you have to give more focus, or which are the areas in which there is a high chance of getting questions. Okay, which are the areas in which we have a higher chance of getting questions. Okay, and also there is a chance of a repeated question, and I will say it may not be exactly the repeated questions. Okay, it may not be exactly the repeated question. It may be a repeated pattern of question. Okay, similar pattern of question you can expect in a lot of UGC NTA NET exams if you are thorough with the previous year question. It's also vary from paper one, different topics to topics, which the importance of previous year question. For example, I will say, if you ask me if there is any paper one topic in which you can ensure 100% mark just going through the previous year question, I will say there is one topic. I will say there is one topic. Okay, it's data interpretation. There is no need of doing any extra questions from data interpretation. Okay, especially when you have only very few days left for the exam. What you have to do, just go through the previous year questions. Just go through the previous year question. In the last exam also, almost 100% of the questions are repeated patterns. Remember, I'm not saying that exact repeated question, the question numbers, the question name, the question values. Definitely there will be changes in that. Okay, definitely there will be changes in that. What I'm saying is that there will be repeated similar pattern of question that you can expect. Okay, there will be similar repeated pattern of questions. Okay, repeated pattern of question that you can expect. Okay, that you can expect. So basically, previous year question will definitely give you an idea regarding which are the areas to focus, idea regarding which are the topics you have to study well, idea regarding the pattern of question. And for some topics like data interpretation, exactly previous year question will fetch you 5 questions. 5 questions means 10 marks, which equals 3.33% marks. Okay, 3.33% marks. So the importance of previous questions and the approach to previous year question varies from different topics of paper one. It varies from teaching aptitude, data interpretation. It varies from research aptitude to higher education. It varies from environment to ICT. So it varies from one single topic to another topic. So while I'm going through the syllabus analysis, I will give you a rough idea regarding which are the topics in which you can give more focus to previous year question, and you can ensure you'll be getting more marks. Okay, I will definitely give you an idea. So this is a basic important aspect or basic aspect related to the previous year question. Okay, and I have already discussed from where you can get previous year question. You can just visit Aifer website, that is www.aifer.in. You can see on the screen too. In that you can download previous year question of almost almost all paper one, as well as some major paper two subjects also. Okay, now I will be discussing paper one syllabus. I know you all are in the last few days of the exam, and you all have clear idea regarding the syllabus, or you all have already read the syllabus. Okay, you have accustomed the syllabus. Then why I am having a syllabus analysis? Okay, here what I will be doing is I will be discussing the topics. I will be discussing certain paper one syllabus topics in which you have to give more priority. Okay, in which you have to give more priority, because basically based on my experience, okay, based on my experience, I hope you will be knowing I have JRF in 2 different subjects. That's commerce. I'm a JRF holder in psychology. Also, I'm a JRF holder, and I'm a NET holder in comparative study of religion, tourism, as well as public administration. So altogether, I am a holder in 5 subjects. So based on my experience, I know there are some specific topics. Okay, some paper one topics in which you can score the marks based on the previous year question, and there are some specific ways you have to focus these topics. And in today's session, I will be just discussing some of the important aspect, and in the upcoming days of the final lab, I will be discussing many of them one by one. Okay, I will be discussing many of them one by one. So let's try to discuss the syllabus. So basically, we have, I hope you know, there are 10 topics we have for paper one. We have the teaching aptitude, we have the research aptitude, we have the communication, we have the reading comprehension, we have the logical reasoning, we have the mathematical reasoning, we have the data interpretation, we have the ICT, higher education, and people development and environment. Okay, environment. So out of this 10 topics, okay, out of these 10 topics, what I will be doing, I will not be discussing all the subtopics under each topic. I will not be discussing all the subtopics under each topic because we don't have time for that, and you will definitely feel overload of information. Okay, overload of information. Instead, what I will be saying when I start to discuss a particular paper on topic, major topic, I will be just giving you an idea regarding how to focus on previous year questions and what are the some of the areas in which you can definitely expect some questions, or in which a lot of questions are being asked in the past few years. Okay, a lot of questions are being asked in the past few years. So firstly, we have the teaching aptitude. The importance of teaching aptitude is that basically most of the students seems that it's an easy topic. Okay, it's an easy topic because it's all about teaching. Okay, it's all about how to behave as a teacher in a classroom, how to respond towards students in a classroom, etc. But when the exams comes, when the questions is, it will be an easy topic, but it's very difficult to score marks. Okay, there is no much complicated aspect. Okay, there is no much complicated things that you have to study. Okay, there is no much complicated things that you have to study. Okay, there is no much complicated things that you have to study as a part of teaching aptitude, but there are many different types of patterns of dimensions of questions that are being usually asked. Okay, dimensions of questions that are being usually asked. So I will say a previous year questions is very important in related to teaching aptitude. And the reason is that it's not because I will say just because you will get some repeated question. You may get some repeated pattern of question. Okay, you may get some repeated pattern of question, but why this is important? Okay, why did previous year question teaching aptitude important? I will say it's because there are many subjective aspects related to teaching aptitude. For example, they may ask a question like a teacher was taking the class and a student is frequently or regularly coming too late. What the teacher should do? You can have different answers. Teacher should call the student to the staff room and ask an explanation or guide. Teacher should call the student's parent. Teacher should make the student stand out or some sort of small punishment. And you can have different answers. And also we can't say a particular answer is correct. It varies from person to person because depending upon our understanding of the situation and depending upon our experience, we'll be having a different answer. That's the reason why I say we have the risk of subjectiveness in teaching aptitude. Again, the way we have studied, our school experience, our teaching experience, etc., may play a role while we try to answer those questions in which there is a chance of a subjective aspect of answer. Okay, subjective answer. So I will say, so as to make sure our answer will be in tandem with the subjectiveness of NTA. Okay, our answers will be in accordance with the answers of NTA. What I will suggest is that you go through maximum number of previous year question. Okay, you try to go through maximum number of previous questions. That I will say. Okay, you have to go through maximum number of previous question. So why I am telling you that you have to go to maximum number of previous question? The reason is simple. How? Why simple? The reason is that a lot of similar pattern of questions are being asked in teaching aptitude in the past few years. So if you go through a large number of questions, you will definitely have an idea regarding what NTA expects. Okay, what answer is usually expected by NTA while answering a subjective question. Okay, while answering a subjective question. So if you go through maximum number of previous year questions, and if you get an entirely new question, you will definitely, you may be able to answer the question more easily by thinking that, yeah, this is a new logic. Okay, here there is a new subjective aspect, but a similar subjective type of question was asked before and the correct answer was so on. So based on that, it seems that in this case, X may be the correct answer. Okay, based on that, in this case, X may be the correct answer. Okay, X may be the correct answer. So that's an important aspect. So I will say teaching aptitude is very important. Okay, teaching aptitude is very important to crack by previous year question. So try to do maximum number of previous year question. As I told you, you can download previous year question set from Aifer website. Okay, for free. It's completely for free. Okay, it's completely for free. So this is all about teaching aptitude. Then there are some specific areas in which repeated questions are being asked. Okay, in the past few years. So I will say you'd have seen the question. Levels of teaching is an area in which there is usually mock questions coming in the last few weeks. Okay, last few exams. Okay, levels of teaching is an important aspect. Okay, important aspect. Then factors affecting teaching related to teacher. Okay, it's an important aspect. Okay, then methods of teaching in higher learning system is an important aspect. So these are the some of the important areas in which we can see many questions. A lot of questions are being asked in the past few years. Okay, a lot of questions are being asked in the past few years. So basically, if you ask me what you have to do with regards to teaching aptitude in the last 2 weeks, I will say try to do maximum previous year question. Okay, try to do maximum previous year question from teaching aptitude. Okay, you have to do maximum a previous year question from teaching aptitude. That's what you have to do at this phase. Okay, that's what you have to do in this phase. Then coming to research aptitude. Research aptitude is a very important topic. Very important topic in the case. Why I'm saying out of the whole 10 topics, I will say research aptitude is one of the most important, maybe the most important. The reason is that research aptitude will be present in most of paper 2 subjects too. Okay, research aptitude will be in a maybe research methodology or some other name present in most of the paper 2 subjects also, which means if you are an expert in research aptitude, if you are an expert in research methodology, there is a chance of you scoring marks in both paper 1 and paper 2. There is no other topic in paper 1 which you can normally see in paper 2. Definitely, depending upon the subject, there may be. For example, if you are taking environmental science, people development and environment, some question may come. If you are taking education, some question from higher education. But basically, generally, okay, there is no topics other than the research aptitude which can be seen in most of the paper 2 topics too. Okay, most of the paper 2 topics too. Okay, most of the paper. So give more important to this one. Give more important to this one, and similar to research aptitude. Okay, so similar to teaching aptitude, similar to teaching aptitude. In research aptitude also, okay, similar to teaching aptitude. In research aptitude also, okay, we can see chance for a similar pattern of previous year questions are being asked. Okay, similar pattern of previous year questions are being asked. So it will be better if you can go through maximum number of previous year question. Okay, you can go through maximum number of previous year question. And when it comes to research aptitude, if you ask me which are the important areas to concentrate or which are the important areas to focus, I will say methods of research is an important area. What is this? Yeah. Methods of research is an important area. Then we have steps of research is also an important area. Okay, we have methods of research and steps of research. These two are important areas. Okay, methods of research and steps of research are two important areas in which we can see a lot of questions. They have asking questions from application of eyesight in research also, but the major type of questions, so majority of the question in the past few years we can see from methods of research and steps of research. And remember, I'm just giving some important areas only based on the latest exam. It may change from exam to exam. Okay, it may change from exam to exam. And if you are preparing for some long exam, like if you're preparing for December exam or the exam after 2 weeks, I will say you have to study the complete topics from research aptitude. Okay, you have to study the complete topics from research aptitude. Okay, there is no excuse. Okay, there is no excuse that you have to focus on this one. This is important. Okay, so basically these are the areas. And remember, similar to teaching aptitude, previous year question will give you an extra edge in research aptitude also. Yeah, there are around 5 to 6 topics in which you will get an extra edge, especially by focusing on previous year question. And there are some topics in which you can't say there are large significance for previous year question. So I will discuss it one by one. So next we have reading comprehension. Okay, reading comprehension, nothing more to say. I hope you will be knowing. In reading comprehension, a passage will be given. Okay, in reading comprehension, a passage will be given and question will be asked from the passage to be answered. Okay, in reading comprehension, a passage will be given and question will be asked from the passage to be answered. Okay, question will be asked, and the easy one, basically easy one, but it depends upon your vocabulary, it depends upon the ability to comprehend, etc. So if you normally didn't get 3 to 4 or more than 4 marks, it will be better if you can do maximum number of questions, and you can focus on the previous year question, or you will get a lot of reading comprehension question from the internet itself. Okay, you will get a lot of previous year question from internet itself. So this is a comprehension, and I will say there is no need of doing a lot of previous year question from comprehension. Okay, there is no need of doing a lot of previous year question from comprehension. It doesn't make sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense because normally same passage will not be asked. Okay, it depends upon our vocabulary, our ability to comprehend, etc. Okay, vocabulary, our ability to comprehend, etc. So we have the first question, communication. Communication is basically, it's a classroom communication. Okay, the most of the topics coming under communication is all about classroom communication. Okay, classroom communication. So within communication, as per the syllabus, there is meaning, types and characteristics of communication. There is effective communication. There is barriers to effective communication. And I will say, when we compare with the past few exams, the most important topic is, one of the most important topics is barriers to effective communication. Okay, one of the most important topic is barriers to effective communication. Okay, barriers to effective communication is one of the most important topic here. Okay, one of the most important topics here. And also effective communication is also an important one. Okay, so basically we have to focus on barriers to effective communication. What are the barriers? And also you have to focus on, how to overcome those barriers. Okay, you have to focus on how to overcome those barriers also, So we have effective communication. Okay, then we have barriers to effective communication and how to overcome that effective communication also. And I will say, when it comes to communication, it's also largely related to teaching aptitude, because I will say there is a chance of a lot of subjective questions in communication. Okay, there is a chance of a lot of subjective questions in communication, similar to the question that we have discussed while talking about teaching aptitude. Okay, similar to the question that we have discussed while talking about teaching aptitude. Okay, while talking about teaching aptitude. So I will say, try to do maximum question from teaching aptitude in this phase of preparation. Okay, I told, try to do maximum question from teaching aptitude before, and if possible, try to do maximum question from communication topic also. Okay, try to do maximum question from communication topic also. The reason is simple. Many questions are subjective, and the subjectiveness of a question can be answered. You can get the correct answer when you go through maximum number of previous year question. Okay, maximum number of previous year question. So that's communication. Then I will be discussing one more topic today. Yeah, we have the topic after teaching aptitude, research aptitude, reading comprehension, and communication. Yeah. I will be going to mathematical reasoning. Okay, I will be going to mathematical reasoning tomorrow. I will be discussing logical reasoning as a fifth topic. Okay, logical reasoning. So logical reasoning is it seems to be a very tough topic for most of the students. Okay, logical reasoning is being discussed by most of the students as a very tough topic, but I will say It's a comparatively easy topic if you know the concept clearly. Definitely many students, it seems a very tough topic for most of the students. Okay, definitely it seems to be a very tough topic for most of the students. The reason is that many of the topics of logical listening, okay, most of the or many of the topics of logical listening is what we can say. Normally we wouldn't have studied it previously in past our student life, especially in school life or college life. When it comes to environment, when we would have already heard about millennium development goals and sustainable development goals. When it comes to mathematical listening, percentage, average, number series, letter series, we were hearing it from our school life itself, our lower school life itself. But when it comes to logical listening, many of the topics in logical listening you may be hearing for the first time. It may be mood and figure. It may be formal and informal fallacies. It may be Indian logic. It may be further subtopics of Indian logic, the Pratiksha Pramana, Anumana, Upamana, Adapati, Anubalabdi, Shabda, Hetvabhasha, Sabhyabhichara, Pakadharmada, Sabhagasatta, Vibhagasatta, Asiddha Badhida, it goes on. It seems at first instance we feel it's something very big. I can understand that it's a lot of Sanskrit terms and it's highly complicated. I hadn't heard it so far. So in this, especially in this very few days, it will be very difficult for me to cover it. But let me tell you very, very seriously, teaching aptitude is logical listening is one of the most easy topic out of the whole paper one, provided you know the concept. The problem with mathematical listening is that even if you know the concept, they twist the question in different ways, which means it's not sure you can answer any question from that concept of percentage, average, ratio, proportion or anything else. But when it comes to teaching aptitude, you can definitely score the marks. But more than previous year questions, I will say for teaching for logical listening, syllabus topic covering maximum number of topics is important, because especially in those topics in which students seems to be very, very confusing or very tough, like Indian logic and fallacies, most of the questions are coming, new type of questions are coming. So it doesn't make any sense we concentrate on the previous year question for a lot of time. Definitely it will help you, but there is no need of concentrating on previous year question. And the similar pattern you concentrate for teaching aptitude or communication or data interpretation, about which I will be discussing later. So instead you try to understand the important concepts. Okay, logical listening. So I will say which are the areas you have to focus. You have to study about the categorical prepositions. You have to study about the classical square of opposition. I hope you know regarding categorical preposition and classical square of opposition. Both of them are related in one way or the other, because a preposition is any statement. Categorical preposition is those statement when divided into different categories, and square of a position or classical square of a position is a square that's showing the relationship between different categorical preposition. There is no need of getting confused. We have already discussed many of the topics in detail in our YouTube channel, Aifer Education. You can go to the playlist, you can see the other videos. And also, if you are first time to Aifer YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and you share with your friends. So first topic you have to focus, you have the categorical prepositions and you have the classical square of a position. Okay, you have categorical preposition and you have classical square of a position. Okay, after categorical preposition and classical square of a position, the next thing I will say is formal and informal fallacies. Okay, the next topic you have to focus, is formal and informal fallacies. Okay, the next topic you have to focus is formal and informal fallacies. Then the next topic is Indian logic. Okay, next topic is Indian logic, means of knowledge, and that whole topics under 6 and 7 comes under Indian logic, that is pramanas, pratiksha, anumana, upamana, shabda, adapati, anubalabdi, then structure and kinds of anumana, vyapti, hetvabhasha, etc. This all Okay, this all comes under logical reasoning. Okay, sorry, this all comes under Indian logic, under logical reasoning. So if you in this last few days, okay, in this last few days of exam, I hope it will be better if you can concentrate on 4 topics. Okay, firstly, I will say in order: classical score of opposition and categorical proposition, classical score of opposition and categorical proposition, and secondly, formal and informal fallacies. Secondly, we have the formal and informal fallacies. Thirdly, we have the Indian logic, and fourthly, we have the syllogism concept, that is mood and figure and Venn diagram. I hope you know regarding what is syllogism, and there are different ways of solving syllogism based question. There is analytical method, there is mood and figure method, there is Venn diagram method. Out of the different methods, mood and figure and Venn diagram is already explicitly mentioned in the syllabus. So you have to focus on these 2 methods. Okay, these 2 methods. So I will say the 4 areas you have to concentrate on: logical reasoning, once again, categorical proposition and score of opposition, formal and informal fallacies. Okay, formal and informal fallacies. Then we have mood and figure and Venn diagram, that's solving the syllogism question, and finally Indian logic. Okay, finally Indian logic. So these are the areas you have to concentrate in paper 1 for your exam, especially when you have only very few days left for the exam. So in today's video, I will be only discussing these 5 important topics, and the remaining topics I will be discussing in the upcoming days. Definitely we'll be continually having the discussion of final app in the upcoming days. For okay, so make sure you subscribe to our channel and share with your friends. And before winding up, if you have any doubts, okay, if it's clear what I have already told you, if you have any doubts, you can post it in the chat section. Okay, you can post it in the chat session if you have any doubts or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so I hope there are no doubts. So hopefully we'll be continuing our discussion tomorrow, same time. We'll be having the discussion at 9 p.m. itself. So make sure we are available here, prepare well, and make sure this is the time you are going to qualify JRF. Okay, so that's it. Thank you all.